Threescore and several years ago, a person was brought forward. That person would be me. It was with the idea that all things are not equal. It was with the idea that not everyone is a winner. It was with the idea that not everyone is a loser. And the best that we can hope for is to die in our sleep. With these truths being self-evident, I have a daydream. That daydream is to lead this nation, nay, this world, into a glorious future of mediocrity. A world where every household will have an endless supply of toilet paper, and where all of our Australian brothers and sisters will never be considered below us, even though they are down under. A world where our Canadian allies will never have to say, "I'm sorry," just for being Canadian, or to be ridiculed for not knowing that their bacon is just ground ham. A world where the British will never have to be reminded that they had to ask the Yanks, the Canucks, the Aussies, and the Kiwis to bail them out of not one, but two world wars. A world where the French will never have to speak French again, so that everyone can understand them when they say, "We don't surrender," and they can fight for their own freedom. I am Lloyd Mendenhall, the Grumpy Blogger, and I am running for president in 2020. And I approve this message. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone's having a good evening. I've had just a lazy, laid back day. Uh, uh, just kind of kicking. I really like the way I've got things set up now. It's just so much easier on me. Uh, and I've sent out some links to some of the guys. So if you feel like coming in, go ahead and come in. Mel said last night after his show we were talking, he had to go up north, so he's probably not going to be in, or he's going to be in really late. So, with that said, let me bring in my other co-host, uh, the conspirator of politics that I am, you know, connected with on Sundays. Let me bring in none other than Art Carlson.
Yay!
Yeah, there we go. All
All
right.
right.
Hey, Art, how you
Hey,
doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you, Lloyd?
Ah, doing good. Oh my God, we had a crazy night last night of thunderstorms. I mean, they just come rolling through here, and it was just
Wow.
unbelievable. And I was in the kitchen and fixing something for Judy, and she heard, we heard this ungodly noise, and from in the kitchen, I could tell it was thunder. But from in the bedroom, it sounded like somebody was rolling away down the street with her boat and no tires on it. You know, it was just, and it just got louder and
Oh
louder,
man.
and it just stormed sorry, doing the Aussie wave there.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
saw that. I could
yeah,
see the flies going.
yeah, the little sucker is. He's
Yippee,
flying in slow mo too. It's like,
yippee.
why couldn't I grab that slow of a fly? But I didn't. Anyways,
Yeah.
but and we've got another round of thunderstorms coming in right now. So with luck, uh, I'll do okay and won't lose everything. Otherwise, you'll be running the show.
Okay.
But
Yep.
no, it's just been to be honest. Judy skipped Sunday. She just went right from Saturday right into Monday morning, and so I think I went to sleep about 5
Right.
o'clock this morning.
Wow.
And woke up I woke up at 8:30. And I thought I need more than 3 hours sleep. And finally,
Yeah.
she wakes me and she says, "It's there. You go. Hang on a second."
I'm hanging. All right. While Lloyd's taking care of business there, I will be your host for the next few minutes. I want to say hello to everybody in the chat. Steve Carpenter, Ray Kelly, Mitch, old guy in the drone, Thomas O'Sullivan or Thomas Ariels, Ray Kelly, and Bill from Coast to Coast Drones. And then who? Oh, Jody, Drone Shots, and Artco guy. How about that guy? Yeah, so Steve Mack and all the rest here on Gilligan's Isle. All right, that's great. Everybody's here so far, and so we've got a great show tonight. Just waiting for a few people to pop in and be part of the panelists. Here in Colorado, it was a cool day. We've been the high temperature was 80 degrees, and we were down in the 50s, which made sleeping a lot better. We've been having just weeks of 90, mid to upper 90-degree weather. It's just been real hot. And then we finally had a thunderstorm come through here and just cooled us down. And this is helping out the fires up in the mountains. The Pine Creek fire is about 70% contained. That's the really big fire, which is now the largest in state history at 139,000 acres.
Oh wow, wow.
And I have a friend that has a ranch up that way. And fortunately, the smoke from the fires hasn't affected their cattle because they were worried about pneumonia.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Okay.
so
Well, thanks for covering that for me, Art.
You're
Judy
welcome.
was trying to, and welcome to Mel. I see you made it.
Hey,
I didn't know if
Mel?
you'd make it.
Well, it took me that long to find the link for the StreamYard thing.
Doesn't anybody read their friggin' emails?
Well, apparently I read it a week ago when you sent it and forgot.
Yeah, because I sent it out I sent it out after the show. You guys will get a link, so you need to.
Okay.
I had to go digging for it, but I found it. Hello, everybody. Hello, Lloyd, Art.
Hey, yeah. What happens as soon as this show is over, I'll generate next week's show, and
But I didn't know you sent the email right then, though. So I went looking, and there was no fresh email. I looked in Facebook Messenger, and there was no message there, and I was like, "Oh crap!"
Yeah, I sent a PM
You sent a text to me.
PM to Lloyd saying I need the link, and he gave me.
Well,
the link.
I knew you guys had. I knew you two had it because I sent it out last week. The other guests that come in, they'll get theirs. They got theirs today. I sent out or yesterday. I sent a couple out. Yesterday, and
well, I found it, so that's why I'm late.
Well, good.
Anyway,
all right.
Yeah, you just gotta search for.
And I was a little bit late because Sonari was reading a story to me.
Oh.
That a lady posted about Walmart.
Oh, Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Yeah, and apparently, after church, this family went to Walmart to pick up a few things that they needed, and there was a message playing on the overhead in the Walmart store. You know how they play music and whatever?
Uh-huh.
Well, apparently there was a message about how Walmart has decided to support BLM and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Well, this lady's husband just happens to be a police officer.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And so when they got to the checkout, they heard that message and were kind of shocked. So they just decided to go check out and leave, you know. And at the checkout stand, they asked the clerk to call a manager.
Right.
And the clerk said, well, what for? You know, I can help you. He said, no, we'd like to talk to a manager. And the clerk insisted, well, what's the problem? Maybe I can assist you. So they explained what the problem was. The clerk said, I no longer wish to serve you, and walked away in the middle of their checkout.
Yeah. It's just, I don't, you know, I don't care what everybody has a right to have their own beliefs and their own feelings, but, you know, it should never supersede anybody else's, and it should never be, you know, the whole thing, they're trying to stop discrimination, and yet they're finding certain groups to discriminate. So I don't know where that is, you know, I see that as
they're not really discriminating certain groups. They're discriminating one.
Well, it depends on which group you're in. The police, yeah.
Are they going to have signs outside like they did back in the 50s?
Yeah, I don't know. This post was on. The lady said the date was, I think, June 14th. Okay, so it was a couple months ago. Yeah, and it was in, of all places, Grove, Oklahoma.
That surprises me because let's see, where's Grove? I got to think where Grove is at.
I think it was Grove or Oak Grove, but I think it was Grove.
Yeah, that's up in See, Grove is up in the northeast corner of Oklahoma, and it could have been Oak Grove too, but yeah, they're both in that. It's been a while since I've been there. I know I've been there, and that really surprises me that they would be like that, because actually, I was thinking here a while back, they actually had something going on up there at Grove, and BLM showed up, and people started coming around and said, what are they doing here? First off, we probably don't have 5 black families in this town, you know, and they've all got businesses and they're doing very prosperously. So why is BLM coming here? You know, and they weren't talking about the Bureau of Land Management, you know?
Right.
And so that Walmart, for whatever reason, decided to apparently get on that bandwagon.
Apparently. But, there's a lot of companies doing it. The fast food chains. McDonald's said they were going to make their French fry package black with the red letters or something in it,
It should have a skull and crossbones.
Yeah, that's what it ought to have.
Red hammer and sickle.
Yeah,
there
exactly.
You go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it's this whole thing has gone way too far, and the closer to the election we get, the worse it gets.
Oh yeah. And you're seeing, it's coming down in some of these cities. They're just out and out street fighting now. It's like, guerrilla tactics. It's just, I never thought I'd see that in my lifetime,
There's a sheriff. She was reading another article, and I want to say he's in Florida somewhere, but he was putting out a warning to any mischievous groups. He said, the residents of my neighborhood, my area, I've advised them to buy guns. They know how to use their guns. They like their guns. They own guns. So before any of you decide to come into our area and break into their house or burn their houses down, he said, I've instructed the citizens of my county to shoot the hell out of you.
Okay, we gotta. Yeah, that's what they're doing around here. But okay, I've got a couple of people waiting in the stream, and I'm going to bring them in. There's Mr.
Hello, Ron.
Lockwood, and there's my running mate, Mr. Jim Boyd.
Hey, about time we see the two of you guys together.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like what Saturday, you guys. I mean, these two. Oh, you mean Jim and I? Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I'm right below you too, appropriately, right?
Appropriately, yeah. Right down there's where the vice president's seat is at. Just
off in the corner, hidden somewhere with the office door locked. Don't let the bastard out.
Yeah. Don't let anybody else in.
Yeah.
We're not sure if the door's locked to protect you or us, Jim.
It says handicap bathroom on my door.
Hey.
We're gonna make sure that you have the best office we can find.
Yeah.
At least you'll have an ensuite toilet.
The handicap bathroom. Yep, an ensuite toilet. That's right.
Ensuite toilet. I mean,
that's hilarious.
I don't even have that. I won't even have that in the Oval Office. I have to go down the hall, and probably the way before this is all over, probably the president's going to have to go down the hall and use a pay toilet.
You know what? The one thing I don't like about handicapped bathrooms is my feet don't touch the floor.
I'm sorry. I can see that as a problem because they raise those toilets.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a couple of them toilets that
now my legs are long because I can always get the toilet paper from the next booth over. Because I always find the booth that somebody took all the toilet paper,
Yeah, right.
Well, you'd be in trouble at my house then, Art, because when I remodeled the bathrooms in my house, I put elevated stools in. So they're taller. Because of my knees, it's harder for me to get up and down off those lowrider commodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you got back problems, they make
have fun in Korea.
Oh yeah, that extender for the toilet seat.
Yep.
My house in my bedroom, it has an elevated wheelchair height toilet, which is okay for me, not so much for Judy. So she has to have a footstool there.
I was going to say her feet don't touch the floor.
They don't. No, they don't. And then what makes it worse is she'll go in there, and I'm one of these guys. As soon as I stand up, I've got to go to the bathroom. It's just the way as I've gotten older, everything just works that way. And so I'm standing there, she's sitting there, she's watching TV from in there, and like, are you going to be much longer? Out to hell with it. So I run down I waddle. I don't run anywhere, but I waddle down the hall and use the main toilet, which is her height, which means I drop about 3 foot before my butt hits that thing. And it's hell getting off that damn thing, too.
Well, what about you, Ron? Look what you walked into. What do you think about toilets?
I don't know. I don't have
How are
any
your
bathroom
facilities?
problems.
Hey,
No toilet height
but you know
problems.
what? I like the bars because then I could kind of do like the Olympics and swing,
The shimmy.
and then do a backflip, and then kind of, hey, I made it on my feet. There we go. 10 points. 10 from the Russians. Yeah.
Jim,
Gives a whole new
told you.
meaning to stick in the landing, doesn't it?
I told you last night that whatever happens on my show. So,
Oh, Lloyd, don't forget to share that thing I sent you last night.
Yes, I've got to show you guys this. He sent me this last night, and I'm going, oh my God, where was that?
Just because Lloyd is such a fan of the man bun.
Oh, come on.
Oh boy, can't wait to see this.
Yeah. Let me. Let's see.
And Bob, I think I could run too if maybe somebody your size was chasing me for some reason.
Let me see if I can get this opened up because this is. He's.
Haven't had
Yeah,
any
Bob was
marathons
chasing
lately.
you. It'd be like
There
Herman
we go.
Munster chasing after you.
I am going to do. Let's see if I've got a share screen. Here
Yeah,
already.
right, Bob. I know, right?
You just never know what you're going to find out on this show.
There's a lot of
We've
things.
just-
My head says, "Oh, sure, you can do that," and I start doing
Yeah.
it, and my body looks at my head and says, "You've lost your mind."
Yeah.
No, now I got to look. How tall was Herman Munster?
6
7
foot
feet.
7.
7 feet
I
6 inches.
I was
Yeah.
going to say 7.5 or something. I couldn't remember,
Yeah.
but I know he was over 7.
7 foot 6 inches.
Okay, I want
I
to share
remember the
this real
boots.
quick.
Like that.
Let me put this. Let me put me on full screen, and this is
Okay.
what. And let me put that up there. No. Hang on,
no.
I just opened
Woohoo!
up.
Oh,
There we go.
there we go.
What the hell? What are you
Feast
looking
your
up when
eyes
I'm not
on the
around?
man bikini, the brokini.
Brokini, okay.
You know what
Up
it
as
is?
an
like a onesie.
advertisement for me. And I'm like, oh, dear God, I got to send this to
Yeah.
Lloyd.
There you go.
Hey, what's with that mustache?
But just
Be
what's
sure to
even worse,
put
of
the
course, this is in
potato in the
Toronto.
back.
But the story that the
And
news
front.
station that picked it up was from Oklahoma City. It's like,
Oklahoma
Yeah.
City, yeah.
yeah. Let me
And
switch
that's
me
scary.
open to time and space there. Okay. He sent me that, and I'm going, oh my God, a brokini.
The
You know.
potato goes in the front.
That reminds me of the Seinfeld episode where they came up with the man's ear.
Mm-hmm. Manzier, yeah. Him and
Oh.
Kramer and George's father.
I thought
don't know if I've
Exactly,
seen that
Legwork.
episode.
The
I'm gonna have to
question
look it
is
up now.
why. There is no answer.
Didn't they already have slingshot bathing suits for men?
Oh, those are T-bars, I think.
I thought they were slingshot. I don't know what the hell you call them. But now, why would you want to add the bib?
Yeah, what's with the
Well,
caveman
kind of like
strap?
the Tarzan look or Fred
Well,
Flintstone
what's even
look,
worse
I guess.
is the lower half is nothing but budgie smugglers. That's with the, Speedos, from the looks of it.
Yeah,
I can't look at that. It's just too disturbing.
Ron,
Yeah.
you've disturbed us.
It's very disturbing. Thinking,
Where the heck I found it? It popped up somewhere, and the first person I thought, I got to send this to Lloyd.
he
I
did,
know how much
man.
he hates the man bun, but I'm like,
And
let him see the
then I go-
brokini, and
And I go to read it from Oklahoma City and go, what the
Mhm.
hell?
that's another reason I sent it.
Oh, crap. But just so you
Man.
know, Steve Mack, those were designed in Canada. Just don't get him wrong ideas there, okay?
By a guy from Oklahoma.
God, I hope not. I don't know.
Man.
As squirrely as this country's getting, our states, nothing would surprise me. But yeah, that was.
Hey, Lloyd.
Yeah.
There's when time's appropriate, with your permission, I wanted to share a couple pictures with you.
Sure.
One in particular will explain to you why I had that embarrassing near underwear changing experience. When you see this picture, you'll understand.
Go ahead, share, man.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll just put you on full screen right now and just share away. There you go. You got the floor.
I think he wants to share it on the as a separate picture, right?
What happened? You're on there twice. Why are you on there twice?
Wait a minute. Hold on. I know what I got to do.
Yeah, you do.
You should just be able. There we go.
Yeah.
Does it show my screen now?
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
This is a photograph of what? Oh goodness, where'd it go?
We see it.
Couple pictures from the lodge. I wanted to show you, but from the trip last week. This is the one bear that I got fairly close. I got a really good video of him. This was our lodge. The day I pulled into the lodge, and this is the inlet that we come in, and then we go out into here, out into the bay.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the mornings we just come back in early, dropped off our fish, and it was pouring down rain. But, still a great day out there, though.
See, that's a great advertisement shot for them.
Yeah. That was just only about 3 hours of fishing that morning.
Wow.
Then this one.
You said but you should send that to them like an 18.
That was a work picture I did a couple years ago.
Okay.
Well, that's a little more interesting now.
Yeah.
Definitely catching some.
That one did not
using the right bait. Using the right bait.
What's that bottom left corner there?
It's the one Sam I got.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely.
22, 23 pound salmon.
Wow.
But that one picture didn't download. Hold on, let me go into my email.
I asked him the difference because he said you had to have a $50 license for a king salmon. And I said, how the hell do you tell the difference between the fish? You got to catch it first.
Yeah.
And then you got to pay for it.
Well, no, you got to have a license to catch it.
You got to throw it back, yeah.
If you don't have a license, you got to throw it back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that from you? Is that one of yours?
No, but this actually was a.
Holy Christ!
Let me bring that back up.
Yeah.
Now it's saved. This is a photograph I took. This is a picture up in the lodge, but this is kind of what I was dealing with. And if you see how small, this is a photo someone else took, but if you would see this coming up 5 feet in front of your boat.
Yeah.
Wow.
But look at the size difference between that boat and that one.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'd be headed for sure, and that'd be the end of my trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I asked him when he was on after that if he had to change his shorts after that, particular incident. I was like, oh, hell yeah.
Wow.
I would have. Yeah.
That thing was huge. Huge.
Beyond huge.
Yeah, I've been out one of them little 17-foot, just V-bottom, 3-seat boats out into the ocean, and we had orcas swimming next to us, and that was an experience. And they wanted me to get up on the bow of the boat and throw a fishing net out there because we were fishing for shrimp, and it's down in Mexico. And I thought, even back when I was young, I was still uncoordinated. I'd have fallen off and drowned before they'd ever got to me. So, no. I'll sit here and just watch you throw the net, because those guys could throw those. Those were huge nets. I don't know if any of you guys know what a shad net is.
Yeah.
But think of that about 10 times.
I watch my fishing shows. I don't
Who
do
is
it,
this
but
here?
I watch
Oh, it's Greg. I see who it is. Oh, hey,
Oh.
there you are.
Hey,
Hey, you're on the
Hey,
wrong-
hey, mate.
You're on the wrong side of
Hey,
the
how you
car.
doing?
doing good. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So what are you
If
doing?
you-
Are you Ubering today?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like
if
that?
you're sitting
Okay.
there, who's driving?
I know.
Yeah.
Wrong side of the vehicle there, brother.
Yeah.
Might be for us, but he's got the
Oh.
steering wheel in front of him.
Oh, he's
Around
got
here,
his,
only the
must
rural
have his
coastman
phone.
has that.
Yeah, must have his phone in selfie mode or something where everything looks
Yeah.
backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
So what you been doing, Greg?
Oh, just out on the road having fun.
Oh, okay.
Now, what happened with you? Did you get Wirecrash working correctly yet, or no?
Yeah, downgraded. They released new versions with more bugs. That's the way they do things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They,
Such a shame they charge so much for that.
Yeah. Special
Yeah,
Is
sauce.
there
so-
anything else out there that?
Well-
I know Ken has a lot of problems, and there's somebody else too that uses it. They all seem to have problems with it.
Kelly Shores.
Yeah.
And he has
Yeah.
problems with it too. Yeah.
For me, for Mac, no. For Windows users, you guys are using vMix, and that's fine. But I
vMix.
still, even if I had a Windows machine, I do like the interface. I just don't like the stability.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I kind of, it's like I showed Art yesterday,
Yeah.
how I set up my tabs and stuff. And I've kind of, and they're color coded just like they are, except they're not in a row like that. They're crossed like this. That's the difference between the two. And Wirecast is definitely a little more user friendly in that respect, but it crashes too much. So I took what I've learned off of Wirecast and applied that to my organization or my workflow on vMix, and that's made a big difference, So you're going to try the new blue thing that's coming out? No, New Blue, the Tyler Live. They've got their own program now.
There's only one company that's got more bugs than Wirecast, and it's New Blue.
That's Tyler Live. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, it was a suggestion. I looked at it. They sent me an email and I checked it out, and all I could see was you could only have you. You couldn't have anybody else. I didn't see where you could bring in guests. You could just, and that would be yeah. That's what I thought. So that's why I thought, well, that's a waste of my email space. So
I don't know what you're talking about, but we get New Blue Titler Pro in Photo Director and Power Director.
Yeah, in Power Director.
You're saying they have
to
kind of.
There's New Blue Titler Live, which is what I use to do the on-screen graphics, but it's live, so you can change the content without having to re-render stuff all the time. It's live. But they've also released a new product which is supposedly going to compete with the other streaming software out there.
So far, I don't see that it's going to.
There's no competition there.
Yeah, because you can't bring in guests. I read through it and everything. It's like, I couldn't do a panel like this. All I could do is what I'm doing now. I've already got vMix or Wirecast. I could do the same thing with Wirecast and put this background up and this stuff. But why would I want to get another program? I've already got two, and I use Wirecast on Fridays, and then the rest of the time I use vMix. So, and I only use Wirecast because I'm going into Greg's show and he uses it. So.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah, but anyways,
you get to where you're buying so much damn software, you forget what you bought.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's it. I've
unless you're using it,
Yeah. Well, like using StreamYards, this is good for me because I can have a panel on now, and I don't have to get up on Mondays and spend all day trying to come up with content and all of that stuff. We're just having an open discussion about whatever the hell we want, like bathrooms. or whatever else that comes
I
up.
know, and that ruined.
I'm waiting for the flush.
Yeah.
Oh, the flush
yeah.
noise.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. I forgot. There we go. I forgot about flushing that.
20 minutes late, but hey.
Yeah,
Jody posted a link in the chat, and I looked at it, and I'd like to share it with everybody.
Okay.
It's a video, and I don't think we'll get in trouble for playing it. Let me make sure there's no audio. Oh, I don't know if I can. Yeah, I can. Yeah, there's no audio on it. So if you want to blow this up, Lloyd, you may want to. This is something you guys are going to want to see.
Where are you at?
Another
There we go.
brokini, is it?
This is cool.
Yeah, I saw the.
Oh, is this the one where she gets tangled?
Oh no, this isn't the one of her flying. This is get tangled up in it.
Yeah. No, she goes flying in the air about 100 feet up, they said.
Yeah. I think I saw
the
that.
The only problem was the kite wasn't listed in the experimental category.
Yeah.
So now they're going to fine him for flying, without a license. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
probably.
You remember the fishing guy?
Yeah.
If he's going to get fined because he's sitting on a chair drinking a beer.
Yeah.
Now, where is she? Oh, there.
Right there.
Would you ride it?
No. Not only no, but hell no. Oh my God, look at that. Oh.
And everyone, we do know that Ken is going to play this on the weekend, don't we now?
Oh, yeah. It's definitely going to be a would you ride it? Yeah.
Now, I figure right about now, there's about 6 guys reeling in that string faster than hell.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
not only did they bring it down gently, a crowd of people gathered to catch her, and this guy landed her so gently. Look at that.
Perfect.
I mean, could have set her on her own feet, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, but
and then after they all caught her, she went crowd surfing.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of the guy standing underneath him, because that kid had to have wet her pants, so they're looking up like, oh.
But how amazing is that?
Whatever gods they worship over there in China, they were looking after her.
Yep.
Probably giggling the whole time she was up there, and then when she got down, so everybody's scared, she wet her pants.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
wow.
I saw that last night. It popped up on one of my views, and it's like, thanks for who put that up there, Jody? Thank you, Jody.
Yeah, Jody posted it.
That was pretty cool.
And
let's say hello to Jim Hightower.
Jim Hightower's in here, and Legwork and
Wendell Live music videos.
Agent K. I know
Jim,
you said hi to everybody. Okay, well, I'm glad you did. All right, well,
okay.
Watch out for those people you have to pick up around there. Watch out for them road rage crazy ladies that are out there too.
Yeah. Okay. See you guys. Bye.
We'll see you. Bye.
Bye.
Wow.
That's the first time he's been in a week or two. He's been busy with Uber because his wife is wanting a new bathroom. Who was it who said to get her a porta potty and sit outside? I thought that
me.
Yeah, that was you, Art. That's what I thought. Works.
Yep.
Hey, I watch those Alaskan homesteaders. I forget the name of the program. They do it all the time. Do it out in the snow.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And the off-gridders do it. Yeah.
And that's where you need a flare. So in the wintertime, I mean, it's
make sure you're not eating yellow snow.
That's why I keep telling Ken next time he takes Henry out in the wintertime, get a flare camera and then just watch him when he takes a dump.
Oh
boy, that'll be funny.
Yeah, I think
It'll
he's
be
done
like
a video with
a red thing coming out, going plop, plop. And then you see the steam coming off.
And then play it for Ashley on his nature clip.
That would be funny.
Yeah,
that would.
Oh God, that little kitten throwing up. Oh, I nearly hurled.
That was a lot.
Yeah, that was.
Damn.
I'm like, holy
I didn't get to see it.
crap.
You know, it's half its size. You know,
Yeah, and just
Right?
it probably lost 50% of its weight right there.
Yeah.
Where the hell that cat got all that?
He's
Now,
sitting there.
I've had a couple of bad nights of drinking and tossed up. It wasn't that much.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's how I felt this morning. That's why I didn't go to work today.
Oh, you didn't get. Well, that's why. Who we got coming in now? Oh, there we go. Let's add
Steve Carpenter.
one more.
Oh,
no,
Mitch.
it's Mitch.
Hey, Mitch.
Hey, guys.
Mitch.
Did you
Howdy,
have to
howdy.
hunt for your link too?
No, I just left it in my inbox, but
Oh,
yeah, I send my links out about 30 minutes, and Art does the same thing about 30 minutes before the show.
yeah.
That way, everybody's.
Well, normally I do, but I don't know. I got last week. I sent them off early. I usually do it on Monday mornings. So
Not me. I'm usually on the phone with one of you guys when one of you says, "Isn't it close to 8 o'clock?" And I'm like, "Oh shit!"
yeah.
Yeah, you were driving
well-
home the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was out shooting. Go ahead, Ron.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sitting there casually talking with Ron on the phone. It was like what 7:46 or something, right?
Yeah. Well, Ray Kelly's saying here, can you believe tomorrow's September 1st already?
Wow.
Yeah,
Jeez.
no
Where's
doubt.
the year
know.
going?
I know.
The older I get, the faster it goes. I mean, I'm telling you, it just keeps I thought we were just getting through winter, and we didn't have much of a winter, and here we are getting ready to come into it, coming into fall and then into winter again. It's like I started looking, and they're talking about kids going back to school. Why the hell are they going back to school in the middle of summer? And then I realized, oh my God, tomorrow is September. Yeah. So.
Yep.
But see, now in New York, we didn't start school till the end of September, and here in Florida, they started like the second week of August.
Yeah.
End of September?
It's different everywhere.
Yeah.
Wow.
The last
Yeah,
week
when I
of-
lived in Michigan, it was right after Labor Day. We went back
Same-
to school.
Yep.
Same in
In
Colorado.
Wyoming, they only do Monday through Thursday, and they do, I think, 9 or 10-hour days.
see
Wyoming.
now, that screws
Every
up
Friday.
the parents. The parents who have to work now, what do? Put the kids in daycare one day a week?
Yeah.
Cost
Well,
the parents.
In Wyoming, the parents are working on the farm and the ranch.
I was going to say a lot of their stuff is ranching, and that's 3 days. It's an extra day. That's one less person they have to pay day labor for on that Friday.
I tell you what, I get sick and tired of this bull crap. My city, every month when it's water conservation month, they just keep pounding us with emails and all this crap. And you're taking away a farm and building condos and apartment buildings left and right, and there's 1,000 houses going on. I don't want to hear a God blessed word when Water Conservation Month comes around.
Yeah, because that's just more people they're having to water. Yeah.
We got the largest cattle farm in the United States sitting right here. And so what did we do? We put a highway through it. It's owned by the
And
Mormons.
so everybody could see the cows when they're driving from Miami to
They've hit 'em.
Orlando.
Hey,
Hey,
there's
there's
two that
cow.
got out.
Cow over there. All right. We're in Florida.
Yeah, we're in
Oh, yeah.
Florida. Look at the cows on the highway. Yeah.
You hit a
And
cow, you know it.
every time a cow takes a dump in Florida, a guy comes over with a sign that says, highest point in Florida.
Actually, they just let it sit for a week and they watch it and then they flop it over and take the mushrooms that grew under it.
We got a city here in Florida, Jim. You know Mount Dora,
Where it
Yeah.
goes backwards.
and Mount Dora's up in Lake County, and the highest elevation in Mount Dora is probably 250 feet, and I saw a guy had a bumper sticker on his car said, "I climbed Mount Dora."
The funny thing is, though, the road, actually, if you put like a Tonka toy or whatever on the road or a skateboard, it goes uphill instead of downhill. Don't ask me why.
Lloyd, I just sent you something
because it's downhill.
That's in Lake. They have a thing in Lake. It's over in Lake Wales. By the tower.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, there's a road there, and it's an optical illusion. It is downhill, but you'd swear by
To look at it,
anything to look at it that the thing is rolling uphill.
Have you seen we have a place here, it's a retirement community that started in like the Ocala National Forest. It's called the Villages.
Yep.
This
been
thing is expanding like there's no tomorrow. Ungodly amount of expansion going on right now.
It's nuts, and everybody there's got a golf cart.
Yep.
And they're all retired people, and they all go out in those golf carts and get drunk on their ass all the time, and you take your life in your hands walking around out there.
I put 2 CAT scan machines in clinics in the Villages.
In the Villages. They have plenty of clinics in the Villages.
Yep.
They also have the highest percentage increase in sexually transmitted diseases in the country. In the Villages.
Isn't the Villages also home of the largest number of
retirees?
Sun worshiping.
Yeah, they have
nudists.
them. It's also probably the largest concentration of Republicans on the planet Earth.
Oh,
Thank God.
Yeah.
I know where Jim's moving.
Sanity. Finally, some sanity.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because it takes a village.
Yeah. Hey, Lloyd, I just sent you something Lloyd, I just sent you something to share.
Yeah.
There's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to find where I saved it now.
When Jim started talking about a retirement community down here in Florida, I said, I almost just kind of blurted out, yeah, it starts at the Georgia line.
It used to, when I grew up in New York, we used to have, my grandfather used to send us up a bunch of, a bag of oranges from Florida, and they were from Harvey's Groves. Well, Harvey's Groves is now a condo. It's been closed for years. And then they have, you used to have Anita Bryant. Remember when they used to scream?
With the sun kid.
Bryant?
Yeah.
She was against the gay people or something like that. So she had to go.
Right. Yeah.
We can't have that.
The beginning of the cancel culture.
Yep.
You know how many truckloads of oranges get shipped to Florida from California and Mexico?
Yeah.
Every year. Yep.
But we have the Tropicana plant down here off of IS 70.
Yep.
That is the worst smelling, close to dead body smelling.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They truck them into Florida to get them stamped sun-kissed, and then they send them out of Florida as sun-kissed navel oranges.
Well, actually, if you go into our supermarkets, the plums and all the fruit are from another state, usually California.
California, Mexico. A lot of that stuff comes out of Mexico.
We get a lot of fruit from foreign countries. Brazil, Chile.
Chile, our grapes come from Chile, yeah.
Yep.
Well, Ron, let me see.
So if a truck full of navel oranges spills out on the highway, would that be a naval disaster?
What if it lands in an army base?
Lloyd, you got a sound effect that it's like a crowd going boo and all. Because I got one.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, let's hear it.
There you go. That's what we needed for art just now. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And my coffee comes from the kitchen, so I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Let me see if I can.
We
I'm having
got
trouble opening that.
Bob, I'd like to have a golf cart. We got a couple of guys around here kids mainly, who drive them around. They don't really break your chops for that here.
I did a hell of a landing, Mitch, with an airplane on one of those tough landing things.
No brakes.
and crashed because I had no brakes after I.
No, I got the text.
It even said completed mission and all that, and it was like, yay! And then I run off the end of the runway, and it said you crashed and destroyed the airplane. You failed the mission.
Oh, did you download Flight Sim?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I got
okay.
a text from Mel basically saying no brakes, no brakes.
Yeah. I had to assign mine to my trigger button on my
yeah, I haven't done that. I'm
controller,
still hanging on the delete key on the number pad. That works.
Oh, yeah.
Stopped. I'm waiting for my kid. Before I spend all kinds of time assigning all kinds of keys and buttons, I'm waiting for another month. I'll have that joystick and throttle.
Right.
And then supposedly that's already mapped when you plug it in. It just knows what everything is.
Well, it's a Thrustmaster, right?
Share that.
Yeah, you share it, because man, I'm just beating
Thrust
myself up trying to get that.
The new one, the Airbus edition with the
Airbus edition.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not perfectly assigned. They might be for the Airbus, but they may not be for some of the other aircraft.
But there's tons of buttons on. There's tons of buttons. There's like 15 buttons on the throttle button, another 15 assignable buttons on the joystick. So,
right.
You know how I feel about buttons. I like buttons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Here, let me send you guys or share this link up here in the chat. So if you guys want to get some of the new liveries or skins, this right here is a great place to go get some of it. They've got, and they're free, they've got pay ones, but they've got plugins, and
this is for the flight sim?
Yeah, for the flight sim. Yeah. That'll give you, like, I've actually got Air Force One now on 747. Yeah.
Now, Lloyd, you've had your flight simulator group since the 90s, right?
1997 is when we formed. And we formed it in 97 and ran it steady through, Grant, Mr. Stay Drunk, who's in the chat, he joined us in 99. And I say 97, it's like December of 97 when I started up. We'd actually been flying a little bit before that, but I built the first site for.
I remember you talking about that on one of your shows.
Virtual Military Airlift Command.
Well, get ready to get a hell of a lot of new subscribers.
Yeah, I've got. I put a link up there last week, and it will eventually. Actually, tomorrow I'll be changing the DNS from vmac.info to where it goes to the new site, because I've rebuilt the site and hosting it on a free server. And it's just all it is you can fill out your flight plan or fill out your pilot reports at the end, send it in, and it adds up your hours. I've got over 3,000 hours on Flight Simulator, and I still suck. I still crashed. If you guys saw, if you saw my show, Greg's show on Friday, as I was trying to take that damn thing off, I wasn't giving myself a long enough run. I was trying to pop it up out of the water. I just kept bouncing on the water because I didn't think about the water drag on that icon. But I've been doing it for. I think I may be one of the last original owners, because I've maintained ownership of this all these years.
Right.
The only other one that's been around longer is the Virtual U.S. Air Force, and they've changed owners 3 or 4 times. And they started about a week or 2 weeks after I did. So I'm one of the very last original owners that still owns the group. And I'm just waiting for it to come out with military aircraft, which I heard they're going to have. They've got an F-18 on that site, that MS-FS add-ons. It's not worth downloading. It sucks. It has no gauges. It flies like crap. It looks pretty, but it spawns on the ground with the gears up, which means you got to find a place to spawn it out in the middle of the ocean somewhere up in the atmosphere somewhere, because then land it and put your gears down. You can put the gears down, but it starts with the gears up. Well, that's not good if you go into a runway,
right?
Like you want to take off from DFW or something like that. You know, you don't want to start with your gears already up because then you're on the ground just bouncing around. You can't get off the ground.
Right.
So.
I
Boy,
put
I
up
sent
the
that share
link.
button to you.
Okay. I put
Oh,
up
yeah.
a link to the flight simulator controls and key bindings that Mark Rogers, Tater Rogers,
Yes.
shared with us all. I put that in the chat.
This is
I
what we're
ended
going
up
to be sending
buying-
out
oh.
from Wyoming to all the Antifa people.
We have more guns than people.
Once you
can't
get
call
there-
No
it
cell
health.
service.
That's true. Good part of
Oh,
Wyoming don't have
Yeah.
no cell service.
Yeah.
But that open range, that right there says something. They won't know what that means, though.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's what Wyoming's probably one of the last places, other than maybe Alaska, that's still got open range. You know,
Oh,
Yeah.
for
there's
cattle.
Nebraska and
Well, yeah. Okay.
South
yeah.
Dakota
they
has
probably-
it too. Yeah.
Do they?
yeah.
I
Yeah, there's a
know.
lot of open range territory around still.
Well,
Only
since a
drive it-
bullet can travel over a mile, how long do you have to have before it's declared an open range? Anybody know?
Oh, that open range is for livestock, Jim, not for.
Yeah.
Not for just shooting.
No.
That's
That's
what I
open
just-
range
That's a
for
different
livestock,
range.
like
Just to let you
cattle.
know that there's no fencing on the property.
There's no fencing in the.
So you
well,
have
you dumbass! I thought it was actual shooting.
even Jim didn't know what open range meant.
No, it's,
Ham City Slicker.
When I saw open range, I meant
Uh,
coming at you.
Hey, damn city slickers. Sorry, Jim. That's funny.
We're not laughing at you, Jim, but that was funny.
I'm laughing at me. I thought, yeah.
Oh, good, because we were too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
and
well,
don't forget,
where's that
I'm
button?
on the range.
and don't forget, Xeno Nation starts at 8:00.
About
Central
7
time.
minutes.
Yeah, in about 7 minutes. And you know, if you want to leave here and go join that, fine. If you want to hang around, we'll hang around for a little bit
Yeah,
longer.
hang
And,
out with us.
you know, do whatever.
We got
But
comedy. We've got information. We got
Yeah.
everything
And
here.
I've
we
gotta get
teach
some
about
water.
open range.
Yeah. Yeah, learn about open range, and we're not
I know-
talking about stoves.
Yeah.
Well, you
I
could
went-
be, as far as I'm concerned. What the hell
Yeah.
do I know?
I was going through Wyoming
He's a
one.
New York boy.
Back
We
in,
He don't know nothing.
We
I think
shoot.
it was in
there's no
80 I
sign.
went through, and I kept seeing these antelope, these pronghorns coming up to the fence, and I thought, well, those things are just kind of. To me, pronghorns are for hunting, but these things were like, they look like pets. Of course, you saw every 10 feet on the fence by the highway where it said, don't feed the pronghorn, or because they're destroying the cattle land. As far as they're pain in the butt to the farmers or ranchers. So I decided, I wonder how close I can get to one of these things. I was able to walk up on that thing and actually pet it. And that's like, that was, yeah, it's because we hunt it, well, they hunt them up there too, but they're more of a,
Well, Lloyd, we need to get you up to Wyoming where the buffalo are.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
go
I've
pet
seen
the buffalo, Lloyd.
yeah, no, we got buffalo in Oklahoma. We have,
And Colorado.
wild grass.
too.
In Colorado, over in Grand Junction, just outside of Grand Junction, right by the Colorado River, there's a little campground and park. And we camped out there one time. Yeah, I see, Mel. I'm probably going to run over tonight a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but if you need to go, I understand. But, well, you were off today, You,
Yeah, but I got to get up at dark 30 in the morning.
oh, crap. Okay. But, yeah, but anyways, we went to sleep that night in a tent, and we started hearing something around us and didn't realize that they had buffalo in that park that just free roamed.
Jeez.
We felt something was nudging the tent, and they're like, open up the tent. There's damn buffaloes staring at us. Shut the
Oh, hell,
one of the
yeah. They won't see me
like that damn
behind this.
tent was going to help. Yeah.
People don't realize how dangerous they are. I'm on a Facebook Sturgis rally Facebook page,
Right.
and there was a video last week, the last couple of days of the rally, lady thought it was a good idea. Let's go get a selfie with the buffalo. And that thing attacked her and tossed her 10, 15 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. We discussed that, didn't we, Ron?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
They don't learn.
And they're not too
kinda
thrilled with motorcycle noise either, right?
No. They hate bikes.
Yeah, they're not and the thing is, when you get the herds, the huge herds that they're building up now, you get those things running and they just don't stop.
Yep.
You know,
What's funny was my friends from California were here for the rally, and I took them up down through Custer State Park, and we came upon probably 300 of them, and about 200 of them were on the rope. Well, there come the park ranger. He was like an old cowboy, man. He come down. He had this giant whip. He come walking down the middle of the road and just started whipping this thing, and that's the only thing, because they wouldn't move. The traffic was backed up for like an hour.
Yeah,
He came through there with a big whip and started snapping that whip, and they started moving.
Yeah, I've been up there to Custer. Custer Park.
That's a actual problem at Yellowstone, isn't it, Ron? Because of all the damn photo shooters and rubberneckers.
Oh yeah. Well, they have several people a year that get gored by buffalo because they think it's a good idea to go up and try and get a selfie.
Yeah, and it's
there's signs all over. Keep at least, I think, 50 to 100 feet away from the large wildlife. But people won't listen.
Those things are like a wild Bramer bull with bad hair day. You know, it's just something, you know.
Anything over 1,000 pounds wins.
Ron
and I, he was showing me some videos where, what was that ripped the tire off the car? Was that a bear?
Oh, that was a grizzly, Grizzly. He was so angry, a car ran over a grizzly, and they thought it was dead. Well, he woke up, and it was a big, full-size Ford Bronco, and he rocked this vehicle, Suburban, rocked it, lifted the Suburban off of him, and then went up and took a chunk out of the fully inflated tire and just snapped it right in half. You sit and think about the PSI in a big tire like that. Yeah. But it's amazing these
millennial in here tonight.
Yeah, Matt just showed up.
Yeah.
Did you all see the video where the guy got attacked by the bear twice? And all he had on him was the bear spray. He had seen Mama Bear walking with her cubs, I don't know, Ron, a couple of 100 yards off.
Yeah.
The bear actually circled around, knew the trail, right? Circled around and came up behind him. And then when he got about 30 meters away from him, just started going full blast at him.
Yeah, he went right through the bear spray and knocked him down and knocked his gun out. He had a chest holster, knocked him out. The funny thing about that whole story was he did the smart thing. He took the backpack up over his neck, and that's what protected that, him from chewing into his neck. Bear did bite into his head once and ripped up his arm and his back, and then when it finally left, he got up and realized, hey, there's several. His last name's O-R-R, from Bozeman, Montana. But if you Google double grizzly attack, you'll come up, and he tells the whole story. The funny thing was, he went to leave, and he's like, well, I'm not going to die. I'm injured pretty bad, but I'm not going to die. He walked almost a mile down the trail and then turned around. There she come again. Gave him a second dose.
Yes.
And the funny thing was, he survived that one. She finally left, and then at that point, he just sat there and held his bear spray and his pistol and said, you come anywhere near me again, I'm going to let you have it with both. But he got down to his car. He did a Facebook post video, online Facebook video, before he went to the hospital.
I remember that.
Yeah, I think I do too. It sort of reminds you of the Hugh Glass, except that happened to him back in the 1840s. 18. You know what? A lot of people, because if you're from Colorado in that area, you know who Kit Carson is.
Yep.
One of the guys that left him, Hugh Glass, to die. They just basically covered him up with brush because they knew he was going to die, so they left. One of the guys was a very young Kit Carson. He was one of those. I think the movie they just did here a couple years ago, Divergent or something like that. It had one of them new Hollywood young guys. Yeah, I say young. Hell, they're probably 50 now. But anyways, but
Well, guys, I need to bail. I'm sorry.
all right, okay,
all right,
yeah,
all
we
right,
are
Mel.
running a little over. Mel,
I
thank
have,
you
I
as
have to
always.
get up early. So good night,
All right.
everybody. Good
All
night,
right.
everybody in chat.
Mel.
Sweet dreams,
Matt,
Mel.
good to see you. Have fun with your new Mavic Air 2. It's real cool that you got a new drone back.
Cool, excellent.
Everybody in chat, Chris, Steve, everybody.
Mm.
Ron, Jim, Mitch, Art,
Mel. Yep.
Lloyd.
Now,
All
Well,
right, I'll talk to you later, Mel.
Good night,
Take care.
gentlemen.
All right,
Sweet
bye bye.
dreams.
hey, Lloyd.
Mel, you got it. Or
Yeah.
Lloyd, you got to go. Or
No. We're on.
No,
I can share that with you. It's only 45 seconds long.
I was just gonna say that I got the 50-second video
Yeah.
Yeah,
rolled up.
if you guys wanna
Yeah, here it
hang,
is.
well then.
Do you see it?
Yep.
Where'd it
I
go?
just shared with you, Lloyd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ron. Okay. Which one do I got? Is that it,
Okay.
or
There
has
we go.
Jim got it? Can you hang out a little bit longer, Art?
No, I can hang with you for a while.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
It
Stop
stops.
sharing.
Oh shoot! I
Whoops.
screwed up.
All right.
do that
well,
again.
let's do Jim. He's
Oh.
got it. Jim's got it.
Oh,
oh,
there we
yeah,
go.
we saw this before, I think. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Turn up your volume, Jim.
You forgot to
It's
share
only
the
a
sound.
man talking. It's his own video.
Okay. Yeah. That is one lucky SOB. I'm telling you. Yeah, I just can't understand what they think bear spray is going to do against a bear. You know? Oh my
Oh.
God.
Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting there. That's kind of got a pucker factor of about 15. He's just like, oh, jeez.
90% of the time, they do what they call a bluff charge. They'll just come at
Mhm.
you, and
And then,
But
Yeah.
when it's Mama and the Cubs, where she just gets all tight in the panties.
oh yeah, yeah. Well, they used to have, they used to have a. Oh look, we got somebody. There we go. Hey, Steve.
Oh, there's Steve
Steve.
Carpenter.
Yeah,
Steve,
Hey,
yeah.
Steve. Good to see you.
no sound.
I've been eating you out of house and home down there for about 20 minutes.
So
You've been sitting. Have you been sitting there that long? Oh crap! I'm sorry.
That's okay. I can still hear the show.
Well, I mean, I didn't even notice because it's down in that lower level. I can have 9 people on or 9 guests on here, but plus myself because I've got the paid version. But
Right.
yeah. I'm sorry. I've been looking for you, and I never saw you. You were actually right in the box down below mine.
It's
And,
okay. Hello,
yeah.
everybody.
Hello.
When
Steve.
Mel left, it brought you up in line, and like, so oh well, because I knew I'd sent you the invitation. I saw you in the chat. I thought, well, okay, you were probably doing something at the office and didn't have time to get on. But anyways, welcome to the show. Yeah. Hey, before I forget it, let me do a little housekeeping I like to do. Let's see here. Do this, and don't forget, when I hit 800, I will be giving this and this away. Now, I'm going backwards, folks, so it's going to take forever unless we can get people in here. And also, don't forget, I have for sale the Grumpy Vlogger mug, and I think I make maybe one of these, I think I'll make a penny off of. I don't remember which one it is. And I've got the truck, that's the trucker hat, that's the back, and it's the one I wear. And this is the one Mel has. And I need to get with Rodney because I got to figure, he sent me some. Anyways, here is the conservative Grumpy Vlogger shirt, and here is the left leaners because the patch is on the left side. And so let's see, put me back here and put us all back. There we go.
There
all right.
we go.
Now I've
Ron,
done what I
were
got to
you saying
do.
about double attacks? That doesn't happen. Those double attacks.
That's pretty rare. Yeah. And
You're always told about those if there's cubs in the area to get the hell away from them.
oh yeah. Yeah. There's so much you
Yep.
learn one of the funny things I never saw before, I took a different route to Salt Lake City last week, and I know they can, but I've never seen this sign in Wyoming. There's a highway.
You froze, Ron.
That's a good look, though.
It is a good look. Yeah.
Entering the highway at 55 mile an hour.
Do what? You froze up.
What's entering at 55? You froze.
The antelope.
Oh,
Gigantic billboard. It's in my video that I did of that road trip to Salt Lake City. Right at the end is big giant billboard. So they're and they do. I ran up alongside them at 45 mile an hour, and they passed me. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, antelope can run. They definitely can haul. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember going up to Yellowstone. In the campground up there. Old Faithful Geyser campground and stuff. Every night, about dark, you'd hear it start at one end of the campground. Now they rented cabins, but literally all they were was the wood shell and some wooden bunks, slats, and that was it, and they had a wood stove in there to heat up. But
that was the extent of the cabin.
That was the extent of the cabin. You brought your own bedding, your own everything else, and they had a table in there, to sit at it. It was basically a picnic table inside the cabin. But anyways, you'd hear it start at one end of the campground. You'd hear somebody start yelling bear, and you'd hear somebody banging trash can lids, and they'd start at one end and all the way. Well, if you heard that they were coming in, because those cubs would come in and dig through the trash can, so everybody'd go out and make sure their vehicle was locked up and all that. My dad went out there and he told me to stay in. Well, I was a kid, I wanted to see the bear too.
Right.
But I stayed in because he threatened to tear me up, and I didn't want to ruin my vacation getting get a whooping the first night we were up there. So, but then he got really. He says, "I told you to get back in there." Well, I was in. I said, "Dad, I'm in behind the screen door," and he reached down there, and there's a bear cub standing right next to him, and the mama was coming. Now, this is a guy who'd been wounded in World War II. He'd been in North Africa, Italy, all of that stuff, saw all that stuff. That man was white as a sheet when he came in there because he just knew mama was going to get him before he could, because the bear was between him and the door. And he finally just pushed the cub away long enough to slip in. And about that time, here come mama around the corner. Yeah, that was a big problem. And you talk about the traffic, like with the buffalo, we had the same problem with bears. They'd get to walking back and forth across the highways there in Yellowstone, and traffic would be backed up for a mile.
I saw a video. I don't know if it was Denver art or what, but all the trash cans have, like in a complex, townhouse or condo. They all those dumpster type trash cans have those bear locks on them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that'd be out in the western side of town, closer to mountains. Yeah.
all over California here too. The Sierra Nevadas, anywhere up there, the whole
Right,
way,
up
like
there in the
Mammoth,
mountains,
June
yeah.
Lake, and everything. They're all that way with a double handle push down lock where they can't get in them, because they'll get into, like, these yahoos will come into Yosemite, as you know, all the visitors, and they leave the food in their vehicles, or the best ones are the vans. Those bear will just go up there and peel that thing open like a sardine can, peel the door right off the side of that van, and then it goes and starts eating.
It's thundering and lightning here, and Ranger just come in here to, had to pet him on the head to let him know it was, yeah. But he left. He said, "Okay, I'll count my petting. I'm going out now." But he since he broke his leg and we had all that surgery, he's not allowed on the bed anymore.
Look what Okie wrote.
Do what?
The raccoons around here are so big, 3 of them will beat you up and take your wallet.
Oh yeah, Matt. Yeah, you're right. We got some big raccoons around. Well, I mean, when I first moved here to Oklahoma, we also got things flying in the air. It's getting as bad as Australia here right now. But you know, they talk about coon hunting all the time. You know, everybody had. Oh God, it was terrible. They have these beagles and these howling dogs that they take out coon hunting at night. Well, that's fine when they're out in the country, but when they come home when they're in the city and you hear a siren go off one place and you got 300 beagles howling, you know, just or coon dogs just howling. You're going, oh my God, somebody go shoot them, you know. Oh, who posted the link for
I did.
Yeah, you might need to.
There it is again, Mel.
Yeah.
15 pages of keyboard commands.
Yeah, there's also on that msfs.droneaddons.org. God, that's a
mouthful.
Anyways, yeah, I can't get my tongue wrapped around it tonight. But anyways, there's also a PDF there
you got a link. You got a link for that? Do I have a link?
Yeah, I just did. You go there. Okay. That'll give you. They've got freeware. They've got all sorts of. They just did an update on their liveries and version 7, and there's 154 liveries across 11 aircraft. Wow. And yeah, and they're good ones too. I mean, they're decent. I've been playing with them, but that F-18 they got on there, it just sucks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just a piece of crap. And they admit, you know, hey, it's free. What do you expect, you know? But they've got a couple aircraft in there that are okay, but that one is just not the. Looks like they just added a P-51 racer in there too.
Now, have you checked out that Learn to Fly video tutorials? Is that for the Microsoft Sim itself?
Some of them, there's a bunch of them out there. I mean, God, everybody's putting them up faster than you can make your head spin. And I really need to record. I was going to record one today because, Mitch, you've been having problems with yours taking so long to start up, right?
No, I got that. What I ended up doing, Lloyd, was I had it on a regular hard drive.
Right.
Well, I moved it all over to a
SSD,
solid state drive.
Yeah. And makes a world of difference.
And then I noticed that as it started caching more and more stuff, it started performing a lot better. So
yeah, and you can manual cache if you want to. Like if there's a favorite airport. Of course, if you're flying out of Miami or Orlando or someplace, and you've got on your live ATC, well, that's going to take forever to load up because your live image, because there's so much real world traffic going on in there. You know?
And Mitch, was that on a 7,200 RPM hard drive or a 54? It was a 72.
No, it might have been whatever drive, Lloyd. It was the drive that came.
It's a 7,200.
7,200. Okay.
Wow, that still wasn't fast enough, huh?
No, it's much faster on the solid state drive.
Oh yeah. It just loads up. And here's the funny thing about it. I've noticed a lot of guys, each person seems to have a particular problem, and it doesn't matter. Like Mitch and I have the same exact machine, and he had different problems than I did. I had problems getting it to download and initialize in the first place to get that first 93 gigabytes. And I had to uninstall it 3 times to get it to finally start downloading.
I went right through that.
Yeah, see, it took me 3 times. It took me about 8-10 hours because it would stop and it'd hang up. Well, now the upgrade coming out this week, or maybe by the end of this week or first of next week, they've got a new update. It's like 30 gigs, I think.
I heard it was like 70 gigs.
Oh, is it 70? Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's because they got a lot of bugs they got to fix. You know, so.
Yeah, so you'll fire it up and it'll go updating.
Yeah, and you'll be sitting there going,
"Hey, Lloyd."
Yeah.
Lloyd, I'm going to pop out. Our internet is just terrible right now. It's buffering so bad I can't even make out every fourth word you guys are saying. But I don't know if you can hear me at all.
All right. Yeah, we can hear you.
Now.
But thank you for having me on.
Glad to have you.
Art, Steve, Mitch, Jim, guys have a nice evening.
Take care.
And if you can hear me. So
Yeah.
Good night, Ron.
yeah,
We can hear you.
buffering really bad.
Yeah.
So, but anyhow, guys, thank you again, and everybody have a nice evening.
Okay.
Take care, Ron.
All right.
Be safe.
You take care, Ron.
Bye bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Agent K Video says Microsoft should buy Wirecast. They'd be a perfect fit.
Yeah. Well, the thing is I have one of the guys that was part of my flight group that we did for years. He's been around probably since '99 as well. I think he joined up about 6 months after Grant did. And he was actually one of the beta testers. And he said, in his opinion, they released it way too early. They were in a rush to get it out because it wasn't supposed to come out until November. And then all of a sudden they released it this last, still August, isn't it? Yeah.
They're taking
unless you're in
DJI.
unless you're in Australia. Yeah.
They're taking
But,
lessons from DJI, Lloyd.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
it makes me
exactly.
think, was there a competitor for this coming out or something? Why would they rush it?
They
I
started
don't
talking
understand
about this back in 2019.
Yeah,
and
they were-
early 2019, they were talking about that. And then mid 2019, they came out with that first, trailer for it, which is similar to what's up there now.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
Hey, Mitch, did you get any update on your Thrustmaster?
No, I haven't gotten an update. I ordered it. Then when I ordered it, they said will be in stock on September 24th.
Oh, 24th.
okay.
September next month.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that's the official release date for it. I don't think it's officially released. You can't get it anywhere yet. In fact,
Right.
if you go to their site, you can't even pre-order it there anymore.
Yeah,
So
because I think they've already. I'm telling you, this flight simulator. Of course, I've been doing this for so many years, and we've been promised those of us that are simmers, we've been promised over and over for the years that they were going to, finally bring out a new one, and they just never did. It passed. They sent it back and forth to different people. They came out with one on Steam, which was just a little update on the FSX, Flight Simulator 10. And they threw in a couple extra little things on it if you bought it from Steam. But it still, the last time they had any updates was like 2006, or 2000. They might have done something, maybe it's about 2010. So that's still 10 years ago that they did that, and Microsoft quit. They shut that part of their company completely down.
well, this is from a third party company.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, but the difference is they've got Microsoft giving them the backing, which that was always the problem they had before. You'd have these independent companies that were trying to take it, but Orbis or whoever it is, Orbits or whoever it is that's doing it now out of France, they've got the support of Microsoft, which that's the world of difference because they're supporting it on two platforms, on the Xbox as well as the PC. So that's the real big difference because because Microsoft refused to release the information that was really needed to make a new game out of it. They did. So
they never had an SDK for it?
They had one up to a point, but they're like a lot of these companies, everything's proprietary and they don't want to release it. But what happened was X-Plane started taking off. And when X-Plane 11 came out, that was, people started going, I bought X-Plane back when it was X-Plane 9 and it came on 10 disc. And, but my God, just to get a plane off the ground, you got to have an astro engineering degree just to figure out how to turn the damn thing on,
Lloyd, I remember when I first started my computer company back in the late 80s. We were a Microsoft enterprise type company, and we dealt with all their software, their Windows Server and SQL, like SQL and all that stuff. Yeah. And they used to deliver the media to us on 3.5-inch floppy disks.
Oh, yeah.
And for one, you'd get a carton of floppy
stack
for
of them,
one operating system. You had to sit there for days feeding these things in one after another.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we download 100 gigabytes in a couple hours.
Yeah. Well, the first laptop I got was it was using Windows 3.1, and it came on
Yep.
the little floppy disk.
Yeah, the 3.5
3 and a half.
3.5
inch.
Yeah. But I had like 10 of them I had to load in. And by the time we got through, this thing only had like, maybe 500 megabytes of memory. And it took almost all of it just to load that up. And that's something I need to do is I need to dig over here in my credenza because I've still got a zip drive over there.
Zip drive. I remember those.
Yeah. And I need to dig it out just to show it off.
Yeah, exactly.
They started coming on CDs, and we get these big folders.
Action pack.
Yeah.
The action pack series cases.
Remember that, Steve?
Yeah.
I threw all of that away, and I saved one of the. I still have one folder with a bunch of old program CDs in it, just in case. And I haven't even, I don't even know what's in here anymore. It's been years since I looked, but it's up here in my closet.
Yeah.
I got stuff stored over here. I can't even get to it right now. So, but guys, we've really run over, but I've really enjoyed this. And I'll tell you what, we'll go until 8:30 and then I'll shut it down because I know a lot of people have probably already left. And guys in the chat, I apologize to you. It's a whole new live crew. Yeah. Welcome, Curtis. I had kind of ignored the chat only because I've been trying to keep up with what's going on in the. I like the panel. I'm enjoying this, and I meant to send Chris Hope the link, and but I interchanged the extra guests. I got the regular ones, and thought, well, okay. And I thought, who haven't I? And I haven't had you on before, Steve, have I? Or did I have you on?
Once for just a couple of minutes, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I thought, well, and Jim, you have a show tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, tomorrow at 8.
If he remembers what time he's supposed to go live.
Jim has a very non-structured, informal show.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Where 100 people come on and he kind of flips around and right when you're in the middle of explaining something, there goes Art and there.
Yeah.
when you bring Adrian on, he can be in the middle of a discussion. He's got to say hello to everybody. He can't type.
And he cooks dinner while he's on and bangs,
bang.
Yeah. I've watched it. He cracks me up. Yeah, he is a character, that's for sure. So,
and don't forget the chewing of the ice. Can't forget that.
Yeah. That reminds me.
I think we all have a room. I got yelled at the other day because I have. I'm one of those people that uses the silver permanent marker. I'll take the power pack and I'll write what it's for. Right. This power pack goes to the Denon, and this goes to a certain camera and all that.
Right.
And I got laughed at for years. What are you writing this shit for? And all. The other day, my granddaughter comes up to me and says, "Can you guys find the power pack to my in Nintendo game thing she got?" So we had to go buy another one because she didn't know where she put it. But anyway, we all have a room because I got a box full of cords. Everything you buy has a different cord or connector configuration.
Right. Yeah.
She always wants to clear all that crap out, and I'm like, no.
Yep.
Even DJI, they want $10 for the cord to plug into their power pack.
Identifying them. With the Dino brother label maker, identify them on there.
I just go through and I start, I get out the magnifying glass and I start reading out. Okay, this on the back of this is 2.1 milliamps, and it's 5 watts. All right, where the hell's the one with the 5 watts? Oh, there's 6 of them here.
Some of those cameras, those action cameras, especially for the kids now, they use a shorter, like it really doesn't come out as far, even if it's a USB connector, like you would normally use for your older. It's shorter and all that. Oh God, I didn't know they could make up so many different combinations of cords.
Oh yeah, and just and what was I saw yesterday? Somebody said, "Oh God, I can't remember it now." It had something about it was some product had gone, like let's say it was an iPhone, and it went over and met up with a iPhone girl. The iPhone was from the United States and met up with a girl from Europe. And they said it just wasn't the same wearing an adapter. Okay, that's one way of pointing that out.
Yeah. I remember when cell phones, if you had different brands, they all had their own, charger.
Proprietary cord.
Like Motorola had one, Samsung had one, and LG had
Nokia, all of them.
JVC was the same too.
Yeah.
I used to
tons of those things right over here.
Cell phones in bulk. I would fix them up and turn around and sell them on eBay. I'm constantly buying cords so I could, charge them up, see if they work.
Right. Yeah.
I had a great big box of different size cords, and I get a phone. Okay, which one? Nope, that one doesn't. Throw it over there, plug it in. Crap, that's not the right one.
That's exactly
go through all of those plugs to get the right one that fits, and then you get, okay, where's the outlet? All right, because every outlet has a plug for a different phone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's and I guess what they doing, keeping all those poor Chinese prisoners busy or something, because that's who makes them, and they're all made in China and shipped here to the United States. Well, let's all have just even the iPad. You got an older version uses the the flash, the lightning adapter. Now they've gone to the USB-C. It's like, and okay, I've got one that it doesn't, it doesn't have a port for my headphones. So that means I got to buy a dongle. Whoever the hell came up with that name? Dongle. That don't even sound right.
Remember the big wide plugs that iPhones had when they first came out?
Oh yeah. The big
I still got a couple of those cables in the box.
I have some in there.
My wife had one of those docking PlayStations, for an office desk or something. You'd put it in and then play the music through it. It's like I came across it in a box of going, what good is this for anymore? You don't have it. But she's got an old a 30.
iPod?
Yeah, I think it was the 30 megabyte or whatever it was, or gigabyte iPod. It won't hold a charge, so she just left it in it.
Is that a docking station, Art?
Yeah, it is. It's a lamp, and it's got a docking station, and it's got a speaker right here, and here's the volume right here.
Yeah.
And I saw this at Goodwill, and I needed a lamp with the goose.
Why did they ever go away? That was a great idea, the iPod.
That was.
No,
they still sell them.
The phone would do the same thing.
Put crap in.
This thing's got a hard drive. This thing's got a mechanical hard drive in it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They got rid of them because your iPhones now hold 5 times as much memory on it for your phones.
I know, but they could have updated
60 gigabytes. This was a 60 gigabyte.
Oh, wow.
iPod. Cost a fortune.
Yeah.
I haven't plugged this in years, but I can't bring myself to throw it away.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
got a
Charge
I've
it
got an
right.
old Steve. I've
What?
it's blue and black, major blue. It's an original NAS.
Hmm.
I guess when they first came out, I bought one, and I don't remember the name of the company. It's mostly blue. It just has a black front on it. God, that's a brand name. Ah,
Is it? You're talking about storage, right?
yeah, it's an original NAS, and I think
Oh,
it's
like is it Western Digital or Seagate?
Seagate or
in the house.
Cisco?
Might have been Cisco, and I
Might have been,
doubt
yeah.
I doubt it's even a terabyte
Yeah.
because it's so old.
Tech was another one.
Who?
Storage Tech. That's a long time ago. They
Oh,
were
yeah, I
making,
do remember that.
I think,
Yeah.
MFM hard drives and SCSI drives. Remember SCSI?
Remember
Oh, yeah.
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 Well, I've got all these mics with the because I got a JVC broadcast camera, so it's got all XLR connectors. But then when you connect it to the computer, it has to have the old style jack, almost like a cat.
Oh, like
Ethernet.
a RCA type plug?
No, not the straight RCA.
Oh,
Oh shit, I can't remember the name of it. Mitch, help me out.
You
It looks
talking
like an
about
Ethernet jack.
an 11, an RJ11 jack?
It might be an RJ11 because it looks like an Ethernet jack, but it's
oh,
not.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's
It's
only
just-
four
Four.
prongs on it.
Like telephones used to use those.
RJ11, they still do.
Just transmitting the video, not the audio, just the video to the computer.
Yeah.
Holy
Oh,
crap,
you're
that's
talking
slow.
about Firewire.
Firewire. That's what
Firewire.
it is.
Yeah, Firewire. Yeah.
Fire.
Well, that was
So
the
now
hottest
it's
thing
got-
out.
It's got XLR jacks, Firewire, and then an optical cable for the audio.
Right.
So you got.
Yeah.
What computer has all those now? None of them.
None of them had Firewire.
Yep.
I got an old
Yeah,
video
Firewire.
that
But
has
the camera's like brand new.
pull stuff off the tapes, and I don't have a computer to plug it into. I'd have to go out and get a dongle, probably. I'm sure they have some
Yeah.
kind of dongle.
Yeah, or build one.
Firewire
You know,
with-
yeah. God, Firewire was the hottest thing going for
Yeah, it was.
about 15 minutes.
It allowed it had a control channel, so from the computer you could operate the deck mechanism, playing.
Yeah.
rewind.
Oh yeah, because it's got an old 1 terabyte hard drive too that connects to it. So it's like a broadcast camera that you have on your shoulder.
Right.
It's got the
Yeah.
old. I got the Sennheiser box over there. It's
Oh,
got
yeah, I
the
know
two
what-
Sennheiser transmitters and all that crap on it. That takes 6 AA double D, whatever they are, batteries like 1860s ones, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Dre says BNC connector.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That one had that metal tip on it.
Put
Yeah.
tens of thousands of those things on in my lifetime.
Well, remember 10 base 2?
No.
Ethernet,
Yep.
10 base 2
They-
Ethernet. It was all coax, and it all had BNC connectors on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I should have.
Oh, that's killing me. The name of that NES, Steve. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
show that to you.
Yeah.
Really small, slim.
Well, guys, we've managed to
It wasn't a link.
squeeze a good hour and a half out of this. So I think what I'm going to do is start winding it down because I can hear Judy in the background coughing, and that means I need to probably go in and tend to her. And I'm getting tired because even though I, got 6 hours sleep, it still was interrupted during the day. So
Well, that was because of the 18 hours of on the flight simulator. That's what the problem is.
well, yeah, no, actually, I haven't even fired it up today, and I was going to, but it's like I got to doing other things, and plus we got storms coming in. I just know one of these moments here I'm going to lose my power.
We
So
can take a hint, Lloyd. It's like having a party and nobody will go home. We can take a hint.
Yep.
but that reminds me of a story. I have an uncle who's since
We're
passed
gonna-
away,
we're gonna
but
be here till midnight.
Oh, yeah. All right, another story.
He's-
Go ahead.
yeah,
Lloyd.
one more story. Okay.
One more.
He used to have these friends they'd come over every weekend, and they'd come over on a Friday night, and they'd stay and they'd visit and visit. And after, I don't know, a couple months, he just got to where he was just getting tired of it. He liked them, but he didn't want to spend all night with them visiting, and stuff. And so one night he just he gets up and he looks over to my aunt and he says, well, it's 10 o'clock. It's time we go to bed and let these good people go home. And he got up and walked out of the room and went to bed. Left him sit there. That broke them of that. They quit staying so late. But I've seen him do that. He would just get up and, well, these people need to be getting on home, I'll bet. They're probably getting tired, so I'm going to go to bed, so they can go.
Adrian has actually done that. He's gotten up from his chair, left his chair sitting there on camera, and fell asleep. Remember that, Steve? He went off and fell asleep.
I think I saw that show that he did that on, too.
Crazy bastard, yeah.
Yeah. And anyway, I'm
I
going to
told you, Lloyd, we could go on forever. You never know what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, that's it.
Same with my show. I did a 3.5-hour show last Saturday.
And you were only trying to do an hour. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well,
All right, I'll make
I
it
appreciate
easy.
all you guys coming in.
I'll say good night. Make it easy on you. You guys have a great rest of the week.
All right.
See y'all at Jim's place tomorrow night.
Okay.
Take care, Mitch.
Take care, Mitch.
Hey, Tim. Tim Jackson just joined us, and now we're leaving.
Who?
Good night, Tim. Good night, Ray. Dre.
Oh, Dre he just joined it. Oh, Tim Jackson just joined
Tim
it.
Jackson.
Yeah. All the guys in the chat that sat here and listened to our nonsense. BMAC, he was here tonight.
We got 17 people still watching.
Yeah, I missed a bunch of people.
Too, sitting in their back room.
Last week I missed a bunch of people in the chat that call out because I lose track and start doing something else, and we get to telling stories, and I just forget to look back. So I appreciate everybody who has come in, and I'm going to have to get Curtis on here one night and bring him in. And I've had fun, guys. I hope you guys have.
Always.
Blast.
Yeah.
So,
if it wasn't fun, we wouldn't show up.
Well, and I appreciate that, man. I really do. I really like this format better. It's just, it requires me to, I don't have to work as hard, man. Every week it was trying to come up with something new and something different. This way we can just go with the flow, and
yeah, there you go.
God knows where it's going to flow with this crowd.
And StreamYards makes it so easy.
It does. And I can still, once I learned how to use vMix with StreamYards and use it to its advantage, that made it a whole lot different. So,
well, one of you is going to have to teach me how to do it with OBS, because I bought all this crap, like the Stream Deck XL or whatever I got. And now, because the StreamYards came out, everybody went out and bought this before, when it was still Hangouts, Google Hangouts.
Right.
And then when StreamYard came out, I didn't need all this equipment, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's pretty easy to use. And I'll get with you, Jim, one time. And I'll try and jump on your show tomorrow night, because I was telling Judy, I said, Jim's been on my show a couple times. I need to be on his. So I'll try and get on your show a little bit tomorrow night, Jim. So,
yeah, that'd be cool. Steve and Art usually show up if you need company.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There we go.
All right, I'm going to jump out, buddy. Let me find that button.
Okay. All right.
Jim.
Thanks a lot, Jim. And Steve, I appreciate you coming in. I am sorry I left you sitting down in the green room.
You just got to remember when you're using, especially your other program, to slide it over the site so you can see the people coming in, because that'll start backing up.
Well, what happened is it drops it down to the next row. You have the 6 across or 5 across. It drops you down. And I had been looking for you, but apparently I had not scrolled. I still had my screen up, scrolled a little high, and it's like, oh crap. And that's what I always worry about, is leaving somebody in the green room. But anyways, I am glad you joined us tonight, Steve. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Lloyd. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Please give Judy a big smooch for me.
I will do. All right.
Good seeing you and everybody in chat. Have a wonderful rest of your night.
All right. Thanks a lot, Steve. All right.
Thank you, Lloyd. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye. And that just leaves the two of us.
Yep. Well,
as usual, I
thank you
appreciate you.
for having me. Always always a blast when I'm on with you.
I have fun. I love this setup. I really, and I'm getting a lot more response from people, and I get to interact with everybody a little more, and I don't have to stress as hard because you know how it is making a show. If you have to do it by yourself, it's a killer, you know. So,
Yep.
and I appreciate you. So,
all right. Thank you very
all right.
much. All
You
right.
take
I'll
care,
pop
Art.
out here. Take care,
Okay.
and we'll catch you later. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. You have a good one. And that leaves me. And with that, I want to start the timer, and then I may or may not come back for the end of it. But I want to thank each and every one of you, all of the guests. I apologize if I missed saying hi to you or shouting out to you. Tim Jackson, Thomas, Steve Mack, Help at Home Jim, Chris Hope. Man, I apologize for not sending you a link. I thought I had, and then I realized you weren't here, and it's like, okay. BMAX Aerial Visuals. There we go. Don't have my glasses on. So, all of you guys, everybody who's been in here, Dre at Recovery One Drone, all of my guests that were on the panel, man, I appreciate it. Bob Casey and everybody. And if there's probably still a little time to catch some of, yeah. Xeno Nation or Drone Nation, formerly known as Xeno Nation, Agent K, all of you guys, I appreciate it. And so I'm going to start the timer, and y'all have a good one. Better hit the end timer. Here we go, guys. Okay, I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'm going to say what I always do at the end of the show. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here. I had a ball with this panel tonight. Appreciate Mel. I appreciate all the guys, Mel, Art, Steve, Ron Lockwood, Jim Boyd. Did I miss anybody? And Mitch, old guy in a drone. Can't forget you, man. Again, you know, you could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here. And that's what makes this worth doing. And remember what I say, treat each other better than you would treat yourselves. Be nice. And all lives matters, even the unborn. And God bless the USA. I am the Grumpy Vlogger, and I am out of here. And you all take care. Let me see if I can bring this up when I want to. Oops. Nope. There we go. All right, guys. Like I said, thanks for joining. Everybody have a good night, and God bless y'all. I'm out of here.